Hello and welcome to Gaia's Temple. I want to begin by acknowledging that I am on the unceded land, the ancestral land of the first peoples of Seattle, the Duwamish people, past and present, and I honor with gratitude the land itself and the Duwamish tribe. The summer solstice and Father's Day is just 1 week away. And so in preparation for it, today we're going to be looking at masculine energy, radiant electric energy, and on the beautiful masculine in all of us and in each of us, because it is not contingent on our gender or our gender identity. Each of us possess both masculine and feminine energy. And today we're going to be focusing on the masculine. So if you are willing to explore masculine energy through an earth-based spiritual lens, then you have come to the right place. I am Reverend Judith Laxer, and I'm honored that you've chosen to spend some time here with me and this loving community in Gaia's Temple. Thank you. You are most welcome here. So I'll ask you next, if you haven't already, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And even if you're on the Zoom call and you don't watch it on YouTube, maybe you can go over there and subscribe anyway. We're trying to raise our numbers of subscribers, which raises us in the algorithm, and then our message goes out even further into the world. So your help with that would be most appreciated. I'm going to introduce our board president now, Reverend Karina Frenzel, who has some fabulous announcements to make. Take it away, Karina.
Thank you, Reverend Judith. So, as Judith said, I'd like to share some upcoming events that we have happening in our temple. First is Litha, our next Sabbath celebration, which will be held next Saturday, June 19th from 7 to 9 p.m. on Zoom. We'll be marking the height of the summer season, a time when light lingers long into the evenings and when the blessed bees are busy pollinating, a time of action and radiance. Please join us for the ritual magic. We're asking everyone who participates to have some honey and a spoon on hand for our celebration. Registration is $20, so please buy your tickets online at our website, www.guystemple.org, or on our Facebook event page, and we hope to see you there. Next, I'll be teaching our next kitchen witchery class on herbal infusions on Tuesday, June 22nd from 7 to 9 p.m., again on Zoom. In this class, I'll be demonstrating the different ways to take your favorite herbs and bottle them so you can carry them forward into the later months of the year. I'll be showing you how to make different preparations such as vinegars, oils, and honeys so you too can make them in your own kitchen. Tickets are $20, and again, you can buy your tickets online at our website, www.guystemple.org, or buy the tickets through our Facebook event page. Lastly, we are considering holding an online silent auction in the autumn. We are seeking folks to help form a volunteer committee to help us. We need people to help procure auction items, track their sales, and make sure that the items get to their winners. Also, please consider if you have any like-new quality items or services you'd be willing to donate to the auction. We're also asking donors to hold onto their items and be willing to help us mail them directly to the winner at the end. This auction is in its dreaming it up stage, and we need to know if there is interest and help in order to make it happen. So please contact Reverend Judith and let her know if we can count on you to help for this important community service to help Gaia's Temple continue to thrive. Thank you so much. And that's it for the announcements this month. Back to you, Judith.
Thank you, Karina. All right, let's get the energy moving by singing a song here. This is a Sufi chant that I've changed the words to a little bit. Mari's going to put up the slide so you can see the lyrics. Many of you know this song already. Make sure you're muted so we don't have that crazy thing that goes on in Zoom when we're all singing together. And I'll just start to sing and you join in when you catch on. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. One more. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the sun. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the sun. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Beautiful. All right, we'll go on to create our sacred space. So if you would, wherever it is that you are, take a moment, close your eyes, and go within. And first, let's take a nice deep cleansing breath together. Fill your lungs all the way to capacity, and when you exhale, empty them until there is nothing left. For your next deep, slow cleansing breath. And while you're breathing evenly and deeply like this, take a moment now and call all the pieces and parts of you home. So any part of you that is anywhere else other than right here, right now, projected into your future, stuck somewhere in your past, distracted by something or anything, and gently ask all the pieces and parts of you to come home so that you can be here now. And breathe into that presence. And on your next exhale, begin to ground yourself to the earth. Imagine a cord of energy extending from the base of your spine, going straight down through the chair that you're sitting in or wherever you are seated, down through the foundation of the building if you're indoors, and straight down into our beautiful Mother Earth. And because this is an energetic taproot that we are growing, it goes right through the earth. She opens up to receive us. We send our taproot down, and in this way, we deeply connect with the Mother. And with every exhale, send that grounding cord down deeper and deeper, down past the stones and the bones and the critters and the roots, and feel yourself become deeply rooted. And when those roots get as deep as they need to go, send out smaller little rootlets reaching out, taking hold. Breathe life into them now, and they become porous so that now we begin to draw the energy of Mother Earth up into them, drawing in the earth, knowing that what we're taking up is her nourishment, her sustenance, her energy, her beauty, and most of all, her unconditional love. That's what we're drinking inside of our roots. Drink it all the way up, up, up. Let it transfer over into your spine. Keep drawing her energy all the way up to your heart. And when she arrives there, let her rest. Take her into your heart. Breathe deeply once more to make more room. Oh, that should feel really, really good. And leave the energy of the earth resting there for a moment and look to the heavens and find the moon. Moon was new recently and she is waxing now in Leo, warm and playful and generous and gregarious. And draw that beautiful, growing, fiery moon down onto you and into you, imagining her luminous light coming down through your head, down through your neck and your chest. Let her make her way into your heart as well. And when she arrives there, once more breathe deeply. Now the earth and the moon are there in your heart. Let them rest there for a moment. In your mind's eye, look to the heavens once more and find the sun, glowing in Cancer, loving, warm, radiant. We in Cancer, we're still in Gemini. We are still in Gemini. Draw the Gemini sun down, still just as warm and radiant and loving. And draw him down, that golden, beautiful light, onto you and into you. Drink his radiance down all the way into your heart and once more breathe deeply to make more room. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask us to take a deep collective breath together, and on the exhale, push these energies outside of your body straight forward and imagine them swirling all the way around you. So just circle yourself with these three cosmic energies. Now, let's take a nice deep breath. And out it goes. And feel yourself surrounded. Good. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask us to take another deep breath together. This time when we exhale, I'd like you to imagine that you can use your exhalation to push this energy out to encompass all of us who are here in this service now, whether we're watching on YouTube, whether we're on the Zoom, and even later if people come back and watch it on YouTube later, we're going to be multidimensional and go through time. Imagine that energy rippling out to encompass all of us in our safe and sacred space. We can imagine it like the ripples that go out in a pond after we've thrown a stone into the still center. So here we go. Deep breath. And out it goes. The energy rippling out through time, through space. And in this way, we say we have stepped between the worlds. What is between the worlds is not affected by the worlds, but can heal and transform. And so we say, our circle is cast in perfect love and perfect trust. Blessed be. Now, Tama is going to lead us in singing in the elements.
To the spirits of the north, powers of earth. Spirits of the earth, carry me. Spirits of the earth, carry me home. Spirits of the earth, carry me home to my heart. To the spirits of the east, and powers of air. Spirits of the air, carry me. Spirits of the air, carry me home. Spirits of the air, carry me home to my heart. The spirits of south, powers of fire. Spirits of the fire, carry me. Spirits of the fire, carry me home. Spirits of the fire, carry me home to my heart. The spirits of the west, powers of water. Spirits of the water, carry me. Spirits of the water, carry me home. Spirits of the water, carry me home to my heart. The spirits of center, the powers that connects us all. Spirit of the center, carry me. Spirits of the center, carry me home. Spirits of the center, carry me home to my heart.
Thank you, Tema. And now Steph will read the invocation for us.
Great Mother, in all your lush splendor, be with us. Radiant Sun of golden light, be with us. As we approach the height of the solar year, be with us. Today we seek to better know the energy field. Be with us. To become aware of what we radiate into it. Be with us. To shift our radiance to love. Be with us. To protect those in need. Be with us. Today, we rise the vibration of our radiance in the world. Be with us. We gather on this fine day to be in your presence. Be with us. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you both. That was beautiful. Before I go into the content of the service today, I want to take this moment to give a special shout out to our listeners, those who listen to the audio podcast, and also to those who watch the YouTube channel. Each month, the board of directors of Gaia's Temple, we check the analytics of our cyber presence. And we just wanted to check in and say that we see you and we appreciate you. We are so grateful. We have an international audience all over this continent and Europe, including Russia, in the Middle East and India, Australia, New Zealand. We've had some Central and South American listeners also. Thank you so much to all of you for tuning in and for your support of Gaia's Temple. So here we are about to approach the absolute height of the solar year, the summer solstice, also known as Litha. You know how you can go to Google and you can say, how do you pronounce, and then put in the word, and then up come these little audios of how to pronounce the word that you put in there. So I did that with Litha, because I used to call it Litha, and then I started calling it Litha. And I thought, I should probably check on this. And so there were a whole bunch of them. Well, actually, there were 3 of them, and all 3 had a different pronunciation. One said Litha, one said Litha, one said Liva, which I had never heard before. So I figure if Google doesn't know how to pronounce the Sabbath, then I'm not going to worry too much about it. I call it Litha. And it is the summer solstice, which is, as I said, the height of the solar year. It is the time of the longest daylight, and it holds the polarity of balance to the winter solstice or Yule on the opposite end of the wheel. And it is one of the 2 extreme times of the year, because this is the longest day and the shortest night, and Yule is the longest night and the shortest day. I want to make sure to say that this is the time to notice how long the days are, and like really notice it and remember, because we're always so upset, or many of us are, when we go into the dark half of the year and the days start growing shorter and shorter, and they're visibly shorter. We're like, oh, we missed the sunlight. So now here we are at the time of great sunlight. So make sure that you notice it and track it. Here in the Pacific Northwest, 9:30, 9:45, it's still kind of twilight and dusky out there. So notice how long the days are and revel in it now, because this is the time to do that reveling. At Litha, we say in pagan spirituality that the Sun King has reached his peak of power and his radiance. And if this is when he grows to his full strength, his time of full strength is right now. If he is to become a rightful king, a righteous king, a compassionate and wise leader, then he needs to develop under the tutelage of elders who show him and prepare him, show him the way for his leadership, who guide him in finding courage and compassion and love. Michael Meade tells us, and this is a quote that I'm going to read. Michael Meade says, "In many tribal traditions, it was said that if boys were not initiated into manhood, if they were not shaped by the skills and love of leaders, then they would destroy the culture. If the fires that innately burn inside youths are not intentionally and lovingly added to the hearth of community, they will burn down the structures of culture just to feel the warmth." I feel the truth in Meade's words. And it's heartbreaking to me that any faction of our culture would need to burn it down just to feel the warmth. When we look at our world today, of course, we see the ravages of unchecked and unguided youthful fires that are causing such destruction. And by youth, I mean psychological and emotional youth, not necessarily chronological youth. We all know adults who have not matured psychologically and emotionally, and they wreak havoc on our culture. They do some hefty damage. So today I want to talk about the masculine, and I want to talk about masculine energy and how it operates. But I'm not just talking about boys and men. It is not gender specific. Both masculine and feminine exist within each of us, no matter how we identify, what gender or non-gender, non-binary, both, and every combination thereof. It's not really about gender, or at least what I'm talking about today is not about gender. It's about energy and masculine energy and the way that it operates. So I'm going to use some masculine pronouns like him and his, but just know that I'm talking about and to the man in all of us. I often ask our men at this service to consider and develop the wonderful feminine qualities within them for balance and for wholeness. And today, I am also asking the women within the sound of my voice to consider developing the wonderful masculine elements inside of themselves, the masculine energy inside themselves. And in part, we do that by asking ourselves, how does that masculine energy express itself through us? Are we just emulating behavior that we have gotten used to in a masculine dominant world? And if so, perhaps we might be more thoughtful about how we want that energy to express itself through us. That's what I'm asking those of the female persuasion, of the feminine persuasion, to ask themselves today as they listen to the content of the rest of the service. So we're always asking what's going on in nature and how can we emulate it as part of our spiritual practice. And so what's going on in nature right now, in addition to the full growth and lushness, of course, and as we approach Litha, is the radiance of the sun, that strong radiance of the sun. And the truth is, he radiates all the time. But at this time of the year, with these long days, that is the predominant quality of what's happening in nature. Lengthy days, warm, long, hot sun. And what that sun does, of course, is radiate its light. We are now in the light half of the year. And even though at the summer solstice, which is his peak of power, the days will slowly begin to diminish afterwards by a minute or so a day, we are still in the light half of the year. We don't enter into the dark half of the year until the autumn equinox, which is 3 whole moons away. So we are still in the light half of the year, and this is the time when we want to be emulating nature by looking at how and what we radiate. It is an electric energy. Masculine energy is electric. It comes from a source and it radiates outward like the sun. He has his own energetic, his own source of power, and that light radiates out like electricity does. So it's that source that comes from one center and moves outward. When we see it moving outward, really what we're looking at is an aura. So I went to the dictionary to look up aura to see how they defined it. And Merriam-Webster defines aura as his 4 definitions. First is a distinctive atmosphere surrounding a given source, as in the place had an aura of mystery. Right? B, a subtle sensory stimulus, such as an aroma in the room. That's like an aura. A luminous radiation. Now we're talking a little bit more about what we're talking about here today. And that lumen of luminous, the LU, is the same, it comes from the Latin lux, which means light. And we talk about the moonlight as being luminous, and we talk about sunlight as being luminous, right? We're referring to the light. And then the 4th definition says an energy field that is held to emanate from a living being. An energy field that is held to emanate from a living being. So I'm reading this and I'm reading this and I'm reading it again. And I thought, why did they say that is held to emanate from a living being? What do they mean by that is held to? They didn't say that an aura is a distinctive atmosphere that is held to come from a given source. So what do they mean by that is held to? And the more I thought about it, I thought, did they mean that it's like we hold that in understanding? Do we hold that in we suspect, but not really? It almost seemed to me, it was a very interesting choice of words. It kind of alludes to the fact that, well, we'll give this definition in the dictionary because, that's our job, but we're not sure we believe it. It's not really true. Only kooks believe in auras. I just thought that is so interesting. So I'm changing that definition here. Now it's Merriam-Webster Laxer that says that an aura is the energy field that emanates from a living being, because we all know that to be true. And the energy field is created by vibration. An Oxford dictionary tells us that vibration is an oscillation of the parts of a fluid or an elastic solid whose equilibrium has been disturbed, or of an electromagnetic wave. So we see that a vibration is all about movement. And it's about the movement that goes beyond the physical. So for our purposes today, I can think of 2 vibrations that go beyond the physical: our thoughts and our emotions. When we have a thought, the vibration of that thought forms a subtle energy. And that energy radiates beyond just our brain or our head. And when we have an emotion, that emotion forms a subtle energy. And that subtle energy emanates beyond just our heart or our bodies. So essentially what we're saying is that our consciousness, our understanding of who we are and what's going on around us, emanates beyond the confines of our body. And we can feel those vibes. We can feel the vibes, right? We've all walked into a room, for example, and you know how you walk into a room sometime and you go, whoa, I could cut the air in here with a knife. Like you can tell something happened in the room, even though you weren't there to experience it. You're feeling the vibe in the room. We've all, dealt with people whose faces and expressions look like they're saying and feeling one thing, but we know that they are thinking or feeling something else. That's because we are feeling the vibration, and that vibration comes from the truth. One way or another, we feel the vibes that go out there, and vibrations are real, even if we can't actually see them with our physical eyes. The greater question to ask ourselves is, what are we emanating out into the world? Because we would be emanating our emotions, whether they're pleasant or unpleasant, our thoughts, whether they're kind or violent. We are responsible for our radiance, and we must become conscious of our own auras to know what we are putting out there. If we can feel the vibes from other people, guess what? They can feel our vibes, and we are responsible for the vibration that we put out there. The way to become responsible, of course, is to reach a level of awareness, a level of conscious awareness of what it is that we are vibing out there. Now, we needn't be perfect humans, if there is such a thing, because humans are inherently flawed. In fact, to be a human means we have flaws. So this idea of perfection, that one day we will reach perfection, I don't know about that. I think we are perfectly human in all of our mistakes and flaws, as well as our gifts and beauties. So really what we have to just be is aware. There's no need to strive for what we perceive to be perfection or to be perfect. What awareness does is that it wakes us up to what is going on around us. Sometimes we are oblivious to that when we're all focused on what's happening with our own selves. Awareness also affords us a choice about how to interact or behave. It gives us the power to refine what it is that we radiate out there. And once we do this, then we live consciously in choice. We're not just operating out of long-standing habits that often are unconscious or that we're not conscious of. Now, if we are in a place where we are not feeling particularly loving and beautiful, and so that is what's emanating out beyond ourselves, I don't mean to say that we should hide ourselves away until and only once we are perfect and everything's great, and that's when it's okay to be out there in the world. We're okay to be out there in the world no matter what it is that we're feeling or thinking. But if we're aware of what we're feeling or thinking, our behaviors might change. So like, for example, let's say you're not at your best right now. Maybe this isn't the time to respond snarkily over social media, for example. Maybe this isn't the time to be doing a lot of social things where you're supposed to just sort of jump in with the game if you're not feeling playful. You get to choose about that. And then also you are not sending out an aura out there that is not appropriate to the situation. And you get to choose that. This is something that is, of course, in our spirituality, we're striving to be these beautiful, loving people as best that we can all the time. At least that's the work. And the work is to be aware of what it is that we're radiating out there. And we want what we're radiating out there to be for the highest good of all. This is something within our power to address. Conscious awareness affords us power, and each of us must make the effort to use our power for good. So now we have Robert Wade and Sari Bresnell, who has a song for us. Each of us must make the effort to use our power for good. So now we have Robert Wade and Sari Bresnell, who has a song for us. Each of us must make the effort.
I've been the victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize that there are some with no home, with not a lick alone. Could it be really me, pretending they're not alone? A widow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and washed out dreams. They follow the pattern of the wind you see, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. Gonna feel real good, it's gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, the wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street without enough to eat, great, who am I, pretending not to see their need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and one man's soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they've got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change.
Thank you, Robert and Sorry. Thank you so much. So I'm going to ask you now, if you would please, to close your eyes and go within once more, if you would, and reconnect with your grounding cord that you established at the beginning of the service when we created sacred space. If you came in after that, go ahead and ground yourself now. Take a nice deep breath once more. Bring your attention to your third eye there in the center of your forehead. Imagine it like an actual eye, just like your other two. And then go ahead and open it up, looking out beyond your physical body to the edge of your aura. Find and see your aura about a foot or two beyond your body. And if it's further out, draw it in a little bit, 1 or 2 feet beyond you. But do find the edge of that aura now. This is your energetic field. And notice everything you can about it. Is it a specific color? Is it filled with an emotional or intellectual signature? In this moment, notice what is radiating from you into your aura. Good. Now turn your third eye inward and look into the core of your heart, right at the very center of your heart. And there, find the sun, shining, glowing, radiating warmth and light, golden and beautiful. And with each breath, the light of the sun of your heart begins to expand. Know that this light is the radiance of love, soothing love, healing love, wondrous love, protective love. And with every exhale, this light grows and expands beyond your heart. It fills your chest now. And then your neck. And then your head. Your arms and your hands. It fills your belly, your pelvic floor, your legs, your feet. You can feel the radiance of love filling your entire body now. And it not only feels good, it feels right. It feels correct, as if this is the ultimate way to feel, the ideal way to feel. Because it is. And it feels good to know that you can fill yourself with the radiance of love by merely finding it deep in the center of your heart and using your breath to expand it. Now, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to take another deep conscious breath, and on the next exhale, much as we created sacred space at the beginning of this service, push your radiant love out beyond your body and into your aura, all the way to the edges of your energy field. So here we go. Deep breath. And send it out there. See the light that just filled you now fill your aura, and stay with this image and this feeling for a moment. Notice and remember this feeling of radiating your love. Remember what this feels like so you can check your energy radiating into your aura from time to time and adjust it to this vibration, the vibration of love. Because we know this is the best energy to be radiating, the radiance of love. There can never be enough love out there. And the good news is that it's not in limited supply. So one more deep breath. And then let the image of that light filling your aura fade, although the energy is not fading. And then gently bring yourself back here. Oh, feels so good. Just feels good to radiate love, especially because we've had such difficult times. And so we're used to the negativity and the difficulties. You know, we have had some difficult times, haven't we? And wouldn't it be lovely if we could maintain this feeling of radiating that love, ideally, consistently, and all the time? But as I said before, we are flawed humans and we're changeable humans. And that is actually a good thing, that we are adaptable. We need to adapt to the changing circumstances and environments of our lives. So there are times like this during this whole entire pandemic when we were having a very tough go of it. Now, I do believe that there is light at the end of this tunnel. Yay! I believe that we, and you probably feel this way too, that we are closer to the end of this particular pandemic than we were to the beginning. So that is very good news, and we're hoping we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But we are not there yet. I just can't help it. I just want to toss in this caution that even though many of us have been already vaccinated, throwing all caution to the wind and going back to whatever normal was is probably not a good idea. We still need to err on the side of caution until we have more time on the other side of these vaccinations to make sure that we're all good before we go back to doing everything the way we used to do it. Now, again, I don't mean to say that we should hide away if we're in a bad way or we're having difficulty. It's not authentic for us to try to pretend that everything is fine all the time when it isn't. And I don't mean that we should do, this sort of inauthenticity or inauthentic selves trying to pretend that things are fine when they aren't. And in a way that's kind of like, it's almost like spiritual bypassing. It's like emotional bypassing. I'm just going to tell myself I'm fine no matter what, even when I'm not. And I don't mean that we should go to the difficulties, set up camp and dwell there, but denial of how we're feeling is also not a healthy thing. Sometimes we are grappling with hardships like this pandemic, for instance, but also grief, loss, difficult circumstances, painful thoughts, painful emotions. And that is just a fact. And sometimes those difficulties just have us in their grip. That's part of that human condition. And we are not failures because we experience difficulties or have a hard time with difficulty. That is not a failure. That is being human. But that is the time when we should seek help and we should seek understanding from those who know and love and respect us, who can hold us up and who can help us. It's okay to ask for help. One of the aspects of the divine masculine that I love so much is that of protection. The sun protects us from an icy demise out there in the cosmos. His glowing warmth protects life. The sun is also pretty trustworthy. So far, anyway. We can rely on the sun's light, sunrise and sunset every day, like clockwork. As we get used to consciously filling our own auras with loving energy, we get stronger. And then it becomes natural for us to want to protect the vulnerable because we feel stronger, to help those in need and to help those in pain. That is pretty much our spiritual work here on earth, I think, is to be of help, is to be on the side of help and healing and protection. And then that spiritual work becomes a labor of love. This is how we want our masculine energy to express itself through us, loving action of protection and compassion. The strength of the masculine, when it is focused on protection, is one of the most beautiful things in the world. That demonstration of care is simply magnificent, and it is so very, very necessary. Not to mention, offering protection and support for those who need it is one of the best feelings in the world. Even when we are in a tough place, we feel better when we're there for someone else. We feel better when we are the ones that others can lean on. Take it away, Steph.
Times in a cup, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. If we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. I have things you need to borrow. No one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long. I need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Here that you can carry. I'm right up the road, I'll share your load. If you just call me, call me. If you need a friend, call me. Call me, oh baby, now call me. Join in, call me. Call me, oh baby, now call me. Call me, if you need a friend, call me. Call me. Call me. Call me, call me, call me.
Thank you, Steph. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. Great job. Oh my goodness. Because it won't be long till I'm going to need somebody to lean on. And that is that beautiful principle of reciprocity that we're all striving for, or ought to be striving for. Just beautiful. So, my friends, loving radiance through the masculine that is warm, supportive, and present is what fatherhood ought to be all about. So, as we approach the solstice and Father's Day and the divine masculine at his peak of power in season, may we sire a more loving world, become eager to offer protection to the vulnerable, and radiate our strong tenderness out into the world. Happy Father's Day to the man in each of our mirrors. May we be able to safely lean on him. Blessed be. Oh, so this is where we open the floor to our community prayers. So if you have a prayer that you would like to offer, there is a raise your hand feature here somewhere. And then you just raise your hand and Mari, our tech goddess, will give you, you can unmute yourself and she'll give you the camera and you can express your prayers. And if you don't want to express your prayers because we are on YouTube and you want to preserve some privacy, you can put them in the chat and we will, inside our hearts and minds, offer those prayers for you. And when you're finished speaking your prayer, please say blessed be, so we know you're done, and we'll move on to the next person.
Yep, answer mute.
Yes, you're muted. There you go.
Okay. I wanted to offer a prayer of gratitude because yesterday, even I danced in person with a group of people doing dances of universal peace. And we actually sang together and hugged. Oh, I'm so grateful.
Blessed be.
Thank you.
Blessed be. Yes, quite so.
Brianne.
I want to also offer a prayer of gratitude, this one for my grandmother, who finally, after months of hesitation, got her COVID vaccine. I had a lot of great conversations with her, and she's got a lot of other health issues. So I'm grateful this is one less thing that we have to worry about being a potential health complication for her. So I'm just so happy. And she had no adverse symptoms. So if you haven't gotten vaccinated yet, here's a prayer that you find it in your heart too. But prayer of gratitude for my grandma. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
And I don't see any other hands, Judith.
Any other prayers?
Yes.
Go.
I want to say thank you for lean on me, because it also, besides being my radiant self, offering help, needing to recognize when I need it and call me. Thank you, Judith. I will.
Blessed be.
Blessed be, yes.
And Steph, go ahead.
This one's a bit on the lighthearted side. I want to offer a prayer of gratitude for Karina and me. For 7 years, we have wanted to learn how to sea kayak. And we are finally taking our first sea kayaking class starting this Wednesday. And we're super psyched and super excited and just so grateful that we're able to do something like this at this time. And so I just want to say a huge blessed be for, being able to continue to have a good time outside. All right, blessed be.
Blessed be.
Judith, can I give a little shout out?
Yes, please do.
Just want to say a big thank you, as always, to this community and to the people that have stepped up for me and just shown extra support when I've needed it recently, and just feeling a big hug and a kiss from the universe. And I'm so grateful for my friends and family that stepped up when I need them. So, mwah. Thank you so much, and blessed be.
Blessed be. Anyone else have a prayer they'd like to offer today? All right, may all our prayers, spoken and unspoken, be heard and answered. Blessed be. So if we were meeting in person, this is the time that we would be passing the love offering baskets, asking for your financial donations to keep Gaia's Temple healthy financially as well as spiritually. Your presence here keeps her healthy spiritually, but we also need the financial support as well. And but of course we can't pass the baskets virtually. So what we will do, what I will do is to ask you to make your donation through our website, gaistemple.org. You can find that donate button on just about every page of our website. And to let you know also that Gaia's Temple tithes 10% of whatever comes into our love offering baskets on the day of the service, whatever that total amount is. We tithe 10% to different organizations in alignment with our mission, vision, and values. And today we will be tithing to the Freedom Project. The Freedom Project transforms prisoners into peacemakers, teaching prisoners how to heal relationships ruptured by violence and how to improve their capacity to serve as family members, workers, and citizens. So know that 10% of what you donate today will be going to Freedom Project. And thank you in advance for all of your generosity. It means not just so much, but it means everything. And so we always sing when we pass those baskets, so we're going to sing again anyway. So we'll put up the lyrics to that word, to those songs. Here we go. We'll sing it 3 times through. Thank you, Mother Earth, for your gifts of love today. Thank you, Mother Earth. We are following your way. Thank you, Mother Earth, for your gifts of love today. Thank you, Mother Earth. We are following your way. Thank you, Mother Earth, for your gifts of love today. Thank you, Mother Earth. We are following your way. Thank you so much, beautiful community. And speaking of thank yous, I have some thank yous to make today, starting with Mari, our tech goddess. Thank you for wrangling all of this for us. We are so grateful to you. Thank you to Tama Gotchberg for singing in our elements. She's going to sing them out so beautifully. To Robert Wade and Sari Bresnow, and also to Steph Frenzel, who did all the beautiful musical offerings today. And also, I want to just thank my board of directors, who are just the most amazing people in the world: Noemi Shapiro, Karina Frenzel, Stina Brown, Tema Gotchberg, and Maggie Yell Wilson. Ladies, I don't know how I'd do it without you. Thank you so much for your attention and your care and your presence and your hard, consistent work. Thank you so much. I love you all. So before we release the directions, I have a closing thought. And here's the thing about this closing thought. You know, I was in with a closing thought. And so I'm always spending time looking for poems, or when anything comes across, or people send me stuff all the time, and I have a little file where I keep everything so that when it's time to do the closing thought, I just go looking in there, and I couldn't find anything. And I went searching for, this last week has been insane looking for. I Googled poems on fatherhood, poems on auras, which frankly was some of the darkest poetry I've read in a long time. It was kind of crazy, but I couldn't find anything. So finally last night, I wrote this, my closing thought, by Reverend Judith Laxer. Thank you to the loving men in this congregation. I sure wish there were more of you, more like you, which would help to heal our nation. My heart is filled with love for you. Thanks for your presence here. It soothes my soul that you also hold the goddess near and dear. As Father's Day and the summer solstice rapidly advance, I celebrate the dad you are within life's circle dance. Do not have a child, you say? You are a father still, by protecting all that's precious with your radiance and will. The sun is strong, and so are you. Stay centered in your soul. Keep emanating love, and then together we'll be whole. Blessed be. All right, Tama, take it away and sing those elements out for us.
To the spirits of north, powers of the earth. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. To spirits of the west, powers of water. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. Ouch, it's hot. Spirits of the south, powers of fire. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. The spirits of the east, powers of air. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. The spirit in the center, which connects us all. Go if you must, stay if you will. Within or without, we remain with you still. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you so much, Tama. Before we sing our final song, remember, please join us next Saturday night at 7 o'clock for our Litha Sabbath celebration. And stay safe out there, everyone. Thank you so much. Mario, put the lyrics up and we'll sing our final song. Here we go. The circle is open and unbroken. May the love of the goddess go in our hearts. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. Thank you so much, everyone. Blessed